Have indeed gone to see Madiba lying in state, VVIPs as well. You're seeing Bono there behind several presidents, including former President F.W. de Klerk, as well as several other African heads of state. And quite a moving
very emotional
moment.
scenes. Yeah, very, very emotional scenes that you're seeing on your screen right now. We've been watching the visuals of a lot of presidents that have been here that have filed past the body. Just to mention a few, it's Kenneth Kaunda. We've seen Robert and Grace Mugabe of Zimbabwe, and Chisano also has been past the body.
We've former Zambian President Kenneth Kaunda, a very close friend of the ANC and of former President Nelson Mandela, but particularly Oliver Tambo. They are allowed to move through and use both sides, or in other words, they can go on either side of the coffin. Yeah,
you can see that they're lining up, and then moving past the body that is lying in the coffin, as you can see there on your screens right now. You can see that also just the glass top of the coffin, that they're able to see the top part of Madiba. A very emotional time for most of the people that are walking past as they look. You can see that this is just a very, very, very sad occasion.
And not too different, one must say, perhaps, from the way it is generally done in traditional African culture, where you get to do what in isiXhosa is called ukubonwa, because what happens is the elders go first, and then it's in order of seniority. And I guess it's a similar, this being a state occasion, the sort of the elder statesmen, the presidents, deputy presidents, former presidents are the ones who go in first. So the conventions really, or the traditions, not too different, really, not too much difference between the way it is done in the West or conventionally, but also the way traditional African society does it.
Yeah. We're expecting about 2,000 people per hour to file past the body as it is getting up to the hour where it is opened to the public. It was expected that around about 12 o'clock the public would start filing past, but of course this is an estimated time. We need to ensure that all of the VIPs that have gathered here do get to file past. Just a couple of other names that we've seen filing past. We've got Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She came past. Also, our former President Thabo Mbeki, he was seen. Max Sisulu, the Sudanese president, was also seen. You saw F.W. de Klerk walking past with his wife. A very emotional scene. You could see that they were shedding a tear. Definitely his wife. The Brazilian president was there as well. Bono, you did see on your screen. I think he looked like he was accompanied by Zelda Lagrange by his side. I'm not too sure. That's just what I thought. It did look like her. Patrice and Bridget Motsepe as well.
I guess it's the 10 now of VIPs after following the presidents and the international guests. I guess it's other VIPs now are the ones getting a chance to have a view.
Well, that's the structure that you're seeing on your screen now. It's a much better view for you to clearly understand exactly what it is that has been constructed overnight here at the Union Buildings in this amphitheatre that is going to be, that has been, as of today, renamed the Nelson Mandela Amphitheatre. And you can see still all the army personnel watching on, the Defence Force, the SAPS. The security around this building and in this area is absolutely unprecedented at this stage, and we just watching from afar. This is our cameras that have been allowed to be set up around the building, and these are the visuals that you are getting live right now on your screens. We've also got a couple of our reporters that are situated just before people are entering into this particular marquee, and then as they do come out. So if our reporters are able to get any of the VIPs, we certainly will bring you those interviews.
In fact, we will be bringing you those interviews as people walk out of the, especially on the public side. In other words, when that begins, which should be in about 25 minutes or so, we should be able to bring you people who would have seen Madiba and who will talk to us about how they felt, what they saw as Madiba continues to lie in state.
Now, as you know, this process is going to last for the next 3 days, and you're going to get the opportunity to come down here up until Friday, to come down to the Union Buildings if that's what you wish, to come and view the body.
But people just need to remember that traffic is a bit. I mean, there's traffic officers all over the place, and some of the roads are closed. So there's quite a bit of a traffic jam on certain streets. But that doesn't or shouldn't stop you from coming through and having this experience that I think a lot of people will. I think will continue to stay with a lot of people throughout or for the rest of their lives.
Just some logistics. Let's talk you through some of the timings if perhaps you do want to make your way down here. From today, as we've been emphasizing, from 12 o'clock until 5:30 today, you'll be able to file past, and on Thursday and on Friday you will have access to the casket from 8 o'clock in the morning until 5:30 as well.
In fact, from the picture we're seeing now, which is where Madiba was, if you were to say walk back, right, walk all the way back, it is where like a few, quite a, shall we say, how many meters more or less up to here, a few hundred meters, I would say. Is where Madiba's statue is going to be erected over the next week or so, and it will be unveiled by President Jacob Zuma on Monday, the day after Madiba's burial.
Yeah, we're seeing another group of leaders coming through. Obviously, it's been grouped, and people are walking through. You can see the streams of the leaders and dignitaries that are here in South Africa to pay their last respects to Madiba, and on the screens you'll see these are live visuals coming through, so as soon as we do get clearer shots of who the individuals are, you'll be able to see some of these world leaders. Now, as we have said, they form two lines on either side of the casket, and they're able to walk past. So it's a very, very quick process, and you'll see how it happens now, that you literally just you walk past, and you can see that the glass covering on that coffin.
The Minister of International Relations, Ngwana Mashabane, among the people you just saw there walking past Madiba's coffin.
Well, as we say, the day starting out as a very emotional day here at the Union Buildings. The body of Nelson Mandela arriving here at around about 8 o'clock this morning. It left one military hospital at 7 o'clock this morning. This is a process that's going to happen for the next 2 days, the exact same process that you saw this morning. And people are urged to line the streets and to witness this motorcade as it does come through. And the family were here to receive the body. Mandla Mandela standing on the steps, as well as a lot of elders that were there to welcome and prepare the body for this particular viewing you're seeing right now.
Well, if you've just joined us, we're coming to you live from the Union Buildings where Madiba is lying in state. At the moment, it's all the VIPs, international guests, foreign ministers. They are following presidents and other international guests who came before them. It is not a long process. So I guess the 2,000 people per hour is pretty much doable, because people are really not allowed to stand for too long. You just, it's literally seconds, a couple of seconds, and then you walk past.
Yeah. I mean, as we're saying, 2,000 people going by in an hour, I mean, that is a lot of people that they're expecting to come past and hoping to file through. And but you can see how the process is a rather smooth one, and this is exactly how the process is going to be lasting for the next 3 days. It's wonderful to watch the different reactions from those that are filing past as to how they acknowledge. There is the face of Mandla Mandela standing by the side of his grandfather.
He must be going through, there must be a lot must be going through his mind, Mandla, because remember, he probably compared to many of the grandchildren, he spent quite a lot of time. He is the one who went to the rural areas, spent a lot of time there. He's the one Madiba sort of was keen to have follow in his footsteps. Was, remember, there's a whole history around the chieftaincy of Madiba's father, which was taken away from him, and then when the traditional leaders of Abatembu then had to restore the chieftaincy, Madiba felt that Mandla is the one who should be who should take over the reins, which gave him significant responsibilities. So he really he was very attached to his grandfather.
Yeah, you can see this is an emotional time for him. It certainly is, and we've been seeing shots of him throughout the morning, and I imagine that this is an exceptionally tough time for him. It's quite interesting to note that there's some young children as well, obviously part of the delegation that are coming past. And Rio, that's been a very prominent question that a lot of people have been asking. If we do have children, are we able to bring them with? There's been no word from anybody that I've heard that said you're not allowed to bring children along. If you desire or so wish that you would like to bring your children, I'm sure it is at your discretion. There's been no word as to not bringing your children along. So this, as we're seeing now, there seem to be some young children that have obviously come with their parents that are probably dignitaries from other countries or within the country to come and view the body.
Well, I think one of the state protocol officials that we'll be speaking to later will, I'm sure, clarify that for us, just so that, those people who may want to bring children will then know whether, in fact, they're allowed or not.
Just talking through a list that we've received of some of the dignitaries that are present here today that we have seen. Liberia, Her Excellency Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the President. We saw her earlier filing past. Lesotho, His Excellency Tita Bane, the Prime Minister of Lesotho, also in attendance. The Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, His Royal Highness Henry of Luxembourg, the Grand Duke, is here in attendance. Malawi, Her Excellency Joyce Banda, the President of Malawi. We've also got from Lebanon, His Excellency Mr. Najib Mikati, the Prime Minister of Lebanon, is present here. From South Korea, His Excellency Hong Hwang-chung, the Prime Minister there. Mauritania, His Excellency Mohammed Ould Abdel Aziz, that's the President of Mauritania. From Mauritius, His Excellency Dr. the Honorable Navin Chandra, who is also the Prime Minister of Mauritius. From Kenya, His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta, the president there. Long list of names that I do have with me here. From Mexico, His Excellency Enrique Peña Nieto, that's the president of Mexico. From Jordan, Her Royal Highness Queen Rania Al Abdullah and His Excellency Prime Minister Dr. Abdullah Ensor. From Jamaica, Her Excellency Portia Simpson Miller, the Prime Minister there.
Well, you now seeing Anand Singh and his family. This is the man Madiba gave permission to make that movie that was launched released a few weeks ago, which Anand Singh worked on for a good number of years, and now currently starring Idris Elba. And you're seeing now Minister Lulu Klingwana, Minister responsible for women and children. I think we're going to see a lot of our cabinet ministers now, with presidents and the international guests having gone past already. Perhaps, there you see the Minister of Intelligence. So clearly a lot of South African cabinet ministers now going to come through. But perhaps more importantly, it is the fact that the day really, as much as we are seeing presidents, former presidents and other senior officials of our government and other governments from all over the world, the day really, this afternoon and the next couple of days are really going to belong to the ordinary person. These are people who are going to be coming here at a rate of about 2,000 people per hour, and the next 2.5 days is really for them.
You're absolutely right.
And I think the government has tried to explain that this is not an official ceremony. It is the ceremony of the people of South Africa. They are the ones who are being given an opportunity to once more, in other words, from yesterday, PT Mother Nature didn't allow South Africans and indeed the rest of the world to pay their tributes the way they would have wished to do. But this is yet another opportunity for all of us to do so.
You're absolutely right. I mean, this is for South Africans. It really is. The weather playing along much better today for you, if I must say so. Well, as we've said, you can see all the ministers coming through now. Yunus Karim, the Minister of Communications, making his way through. I can see the Health Minister on our screen there at the moment, also coming in to file through there.
Look, I remember yesterday chatting to one of the ministers who were, was at pain sort of trying to explain the fact that, when television images sometimes may give the impression, and I realized this as I was interviewing former Minister Jay Naidu last night, where he was talking about how a lot of people didn't feel that yesterday belonged to them. And the point the other, like one of the current ministers was making, was that it is perhaps the images that get beamed live tend to focus a lot on officials and officialdom. And as a result, people then go out with an impression that the occasion belongs to a select group of people. And I remember Jane Hyde was talking about 6 speeches from presidents from, all 6 regions of the world, United Nations Secretary General, and a whole host of other dignitaries, and thereby giving people the impression that this was a function of all these important people from all over the world. And that as much as it was about that, and it was about nations of the world paying tribute to Madiba, who was an international icon, perhaps that celebratory mood, in fact, the tributes of South Africans and ordinary people from across the world did not come through as perhaps it was supposed to be. But of course, today, this afternoon and in the next couple of days, we will be showing you those images of ordinary South Africans and other people from across the world who will be coming through and going past Madiba's coffin and paying their tributes, because really the day, this day from 12 o'clock and the next couple of days do indeed belong to ordinary people, for Madiba was a people's person.